we're going to dive into the
the
market.
market.
Yes.
I want to talk about what all the talk's about.
Okay.
Do you know what it's about?
I think
She
so.
does. So, a hot topic, and this has been a hot topic. I can't tell you for how long, but it's still hot. So, let's
Mm-hmm.
just talk about it here. I know that buyers are having a hard time biting the bullet on buying a house.
Yes.
Buy a house for sakes, you know?
Well, it's funny. I think the people who are buying right now are the
Yeah.
ones that have pain. And what does that pain look
Pain?
like? Yeah, it's true.
Okay.
You have to have some
Pain.
pain.
You
You're
have to
you're
have some
being
pain.
told from your landlord your house is
Oh,
selling.
okay.
So
There's some
you're
pain.
you're having some
Okay.
pain. Or you're being told, that, you're moving and
Yeah.
you don't want to pay the rent
Well,
fine
it's
anymore.
certainly not the people who don't have pain because they're
Exactly.
like, "Nah, I'm gonna
Exactly.
wait." And I'm like, "For
Exactly.
what? The
Yep.
housing prices to get more expensive?"
Yep.
Because let me tell you, again, for the millionth time, the
Mhm.
housing prices are not
Not
going to
going
go
to
down.
drop. They're not.
Okay? Don't listen to the noise, the
Yep.
politics, the whatever, like
Mhm.
reality speaking
Yeah.
in terms of what has happened in the last however many years of real estate, housing prices are not going to drop.
They're not.
They're just going to get more expensive.
And the biggest reason that people don't understand is you have to think about it because people think, "Oh, they're so high, it's gonna crash." But
Yeah.
what happened was after 2006,
My
when
least
that
favorite
first
thing.
crash
Yeah.
happened, from 2007 till now, we've been doing real lending, meaning full doc loans,
Yeah.
what people truly
I
qualify
know.
for.
Yeah.
So there's no stated income loans, or there may be like 3% of the market.
Yeah.
And so they're paying principal and interest.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I know.
it's dropping. Your balance is dropping.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the negative amortization and all
Yeah.
that. And that's why we got into the position we did because the loans were bad.
They were shiesty
Then
for
we
sure.
have
Yeah.
we only built so many homes
I
and
was
there's
just out
so
of
many
high school during that
buyers.
time, just so you
Yeah,
know.
exactly.
Yeah.
And think about your home's already appreciated,
For sure. And I
right?
just bought it, yeah, a year
Yep.
ago. Yeah. Yeah, I have
So
equity in my house. It's just driving me crazy. And it's like, I'll meet with realtors and they're like, oh, you know, I don't know how to get my buyers off the fence and blah, blah. Or I don't even want to say buyers because
yes.
if you've got buyers, hopefully they're trying to buy. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right,
People
right.
off the fence about wanting to buy a house. And it's just almost impossible to like drill it into people of like,
Mhm.
you guys, real estate is an investment
Yep.
and it's always going to be a good investment for your future. It's never, it's a long-term
It
investment.
is, yes.
So
It's
if you
not
can
short
buy
term.
now, it's not short term. Yeah,
Mhm.
we ain't trying to get rich
Yep.
tomorrow. I mean, not with real estate. It would be nice to get rich tomorrow, but it's just you have to get in because
Yep.
even in my position, look, we bought a house a year-ish ago,
Mhm.
a year and some months ago. And had we waited now, I don't know that we could buy my
Right.
house right now,
Well, because the
which is
multiple
wild.
offers are coming in
I know
right
that's
now.
what you were saying.
Every
That's
buyer that I'm
wild.
working with
Yeah.
right now, I had one buyer in San Diego that got outbid. She offered 50,000 over asking. The next buyer offered 100,000 over asking, and it was a one-bedroom condo with another room, so technically 2 bedrooms, but the other bedroom didn't even have the closet. So, it's happening. And then, my other client is making offers on homes, full price offers, but then the seller isn't wanting to repair anything. So
Interesting.
it's still kind of a seller's market, and I
Yeah.
think buyers don't want it to be because they're having to pay the higher
Yeah,
rates,
because 'cause
they're
they're like,
having to
"Hey,
make
look,
full
I'm
price.
qualified. I'm gonna buy.
Yep,
Do what I say because I'm paying a 7% interest
and you're
rate."
seeing houses on the
And the
market
sellers are
longer.
like, "Nah." Yeah, that's what I've seen.
So, but
Yeah.
but there's still it depends, depends on
Yeah.
the situation,
Of
depends
course.
on,
I mean, everything's different, but
exactly.
just overall, I
But
have seen houses sitting
as
a little
soon
bit.
as rates drop,
Yeah, which we're
it is gonna be
praying
it is going
praying for
to
a
be
refi over
where
here,
multiple
but
offers are gonna come in, and if you're
yeah.
putting down 5% down, you're gonna get outbid.
That's
It
sad.
is
I mean,
sad,
that
but
makes
it's
me
the
feel sad.
reality.
I know.
So that's why now
So
is
don't
your time.
buy
Now is
later.
your time.
Now's the time. If you're gonna buy,
Now
you
is
have
your
to do it
time.
now because you're gonna be screwed
This
later.
spring, yeah, unfortunately, I think you will be.
That's
If you can get
wild.
in now when the homes are sitting longer,
Yeah. Well,
and I
yeah,
tell my clients, don't be picky. If you're a first time buyer, you're not going to be there forever. You're
that's
going
true.
to be there maybe 3 to 5 years,
Well, you hope maybe 5 to
right?
7 because
Yeah,
the market,
true.
whatever. Yeah.
So that's why I say
Yeah.
it's best to just try and get in.
I know.
You're not going to be there forever,
I know.
and you're going to end up making a huge profit.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That is the investment of real estate.
Yep.
It's just hard to like, I don't know how, other than this podcast, which couple million people will see
Yeah, absolutely.
or 100. Um, how to educate that. It's like just people just there's so much noise out there and they're listening to all
Mhm.
the like, oh, at first it was
We
like I'm gonna wait for the election and now it's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm gonna wait for
If you can
whatever
afford the
the
payment
I
and
know.
you
That's
like
the
the home, you
part
can
that sucks
always
too. It's
refinance.
I know. Well,
It's not gonna be forever
yeah,
in this higher
that's
rate environment.
exactly how I got talked into buying a house.
It's true.
I know. But I'm glad I did because like I
Yes.
said, you won't be able to
Yep.
I don't even know if we could afford to buy my
And now
house right
you're not
now.
wasting, 30 grand a year on renting with
Totally.
nothing to show for it
That makes me
afterwards.
wanna cry. 30
Yeah.
grand a year.
Yeah.
Mm,
I know.
that's wild.
Yep.